Themlootlads.
Trying to describe how fighting game or how sticks work, and failing bombs for 5 minutes.
Welcome back to Loot Lads. We had a little bit of a discussion.
We do. Oh, okay.
It's mostly in my
yes,
brain.
we definitely discussed. As in, Beard didn't, or Chris didn't enter his fucking mind palace and think, am I fucking stupid for talking about fighting games for 20 minutes?
I can't get a point across normally when I'm speaking to someone one-to-one without a fucking veil of something I need to pay attention to. And here I am describing a semi-complex concept to people that might not even care, or to a person right beside me who also knows and pretty much also agrees with my points. So not only is it unneeded, but I don't do it very well.
If you want a really, really, really good channel for nuanced fighting game explanation, just check out Leon Massey.
I was
Highly
gonna say,
recommend.
come on, just check out Loot Lads.
Honestly, just leave. No, don't, please. We need everybody.
Well, we need the views now, and then we can do whatever we want later.
Yeah, once we get to like 100,000, then I just
Can we
stop caring.
So, can we steal Maximilian Dude's intro and just, like, supercut, like, our faces on some of the characters?
Like, just superimpose us and just say nothing about it?
Yeah.
I feel like that's still a little dubious territory.
What do you mean?
Well, like,
The song he's using is, like, a video game song.
yeah.
So, like, that's half the work already done.
oh, because I thought you meant just steal his entire fucking like
Oh, no, that's what I meant.
intro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's no. No.
I didn't want to say it like that, but, like, you made me specify.
You don't want it to be that way. Don't talk like it is.
Shit.
Oh my god. No, we're not stealing Maximilian Dude's thing.
Fine. Can we teach a
We'll
dog
steal
how to...
Willie's thing. No.
Hey, let's go.
That's even worse.
How do you mean?
We're white.
Yeah,
And we're... Welcome back to Loot Lads.
Look, plagiarism goes for everybody. Everyone has the ability to plagiarize, and I feel
yeah,
like we should
the
keep
whole
that.
brand of rock and roll. Anyway, on this episode, we're talking about reparations. No, we're not.
I was gonna say something shitty again.
Don't. God damn.
Fire temple key.
I spent so long trying to talk about progressive stuff.
Trying to make reparations. Those who have the sacred feet.
I'm sorry?
The sacred. Oh, I'll read it
He
again.
fucking wants foot pics.
I can't read it. That was a one-time thing.
One-time thing, yeah. He wants feet pics.
Oh, if you insist. Oh yeah, does that fucking do it for you?
Okay. When I actually fucking get around, because I keep forgetting to actually get the OnlyFans in, I want the only post to be like me, like it is my foot, but like there is literally something on the bottom of my foot that I like have to get looked at or something. If that's the only post I want to put on there is a feet pic, but like, hey, do you know what I should do about this?
I hate it. Here's the thing about that is I hate it. And like I judging from my sense of humor, I would definitely go like, yeah, ship it. Just fucking ship it. But I don't think that's the good.
No, it's definitely not okay. But
talk
like
to you
at the
yet?
same time, I think it's funny as shit. Yeah, I've got something between like the sole of my foot and the balls of my feet, and it's just
go at that.
it's literally just like a little it's like a skin tag essentially that keeps growing back. That's all it is. Not gross. It's just like a hard bit of skin that grows.
Now I'm gonna have to ask you a question,
Okay.
and this is related to the game.
Oh, not my feet.
Not your feet. In fact, I could stay away from your feet.
Fair.
Can you remember if we got?
Oh, good question.
Do you remember if we got the dirt hole in Death Mountain? And by Death Mountain, I mean not the crater, but like right beside Dodongo's Cavern. All right. I guess I'm checking that when I go back to Kid later. Which is I don't want to go back. I'm pretty sure we're missing one or two things.
Audience, do you remember?
Press.
Actually,
there
like and
is-
subscribe if you.
There is a thing we did miss as Kid, and we need to go by
A lot of things I miss as a kid, like cool cereals, not paying mortgage,
taxes.
Saturday morning cartoons aren't quite the same as they used to be.
The candy is also a little bit tamer, but I kind of like it because it doesn't feel like I'm chewing on actual radiation.
Nah, I mean, we say that, but we went to a candy store just before this because one opened up near my house. Weird. And I definitely, there was a lot of taffy. I had a lot of taffy.
Yeah, I don't agree with the amount of taffy that was there.
If, oh, right, I forgot about this guy.
Wait, did I buy it already? That was supposed to be a joke. All right, I'm talking to this thing now.
Fuck off. Anyway.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of, like, weird taffy, like maple bacon and pickle. So, yeah, if you guys want to see us eat weird taffy, I guess, just leave a comment. Because I kind of...
Huh?
There's one thing that I really want to do is just, like, try weird foods as a midweek sort of thing. Just because midweek's the fun, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Except we usually just play video games.
We did, like, the Reddit thing, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's because, what other content can we do, really?
You're right.
Literally anything, obviously.
Sure, the sky's the limit, but we're idiots.
Yeah, I can barely decide what I want for brekkie.
I like how you have the red tunic, but you refuse to fucking put it on!
I was going to, but fuck you, Devin. Like, legit? Why do you have to dog on me for that?
Oh my god.
I'm just doing a lot of things right now.
Play the rest of the game in the fucking boots, you fucking asshole.
I said we could finish it if we do everything correct. Like, right now, we just need the boss key for the Spirit Temple, and we're Gucci. And by that, I mean we need one more medallion, so we need to complete one anyway, but... We can also go back to the Forest Temple. I think we have enough keys to do a lot of that.
Sure.
Yeah. Well,
I'll believe you.
Thank you.
But, yeah.
Someone does, at least.
Oh,
also, we can do this.
I want to order, like, the weird sodas and, like, you know, do reaction lulz. But at the same time, I do kind of like weird shit like that, so. I think it's fun.
I hate fun.
I know.
That's why I'll never suggest a live action bit, but boy howdy do I want to play Shovel Knight.
Yeah, everything live action is pretty much just my ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for a lot of strange ideas. I'm just like, I'm also not very camera oriented, I think. Like, I still don't have a webcam for my streaming setup. Oh, we already did this. All right, I remember this now. It's a process. This whole streaming every few weeks thing is a process.
Yeah, I mean, as of recording, I'm still on my like weird hiatus, and I don't still know when I'm going to be back.
I mean, that's up to you.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit less of a pressure situation when you don't have like any income on Twitch. Like obviously you get like your occasional, oh hey, I have enough subscribers to get money back from Twitch. But like as much as I want to do it, there's absolutely no pressure in it. I feel like it's a little freeing.
The only reason I'm not like I didn't come back faster is just because like I'm still it's the adjustment of going into a new job that it's still like oof and learning and a whole bunch of stuff, and it's just yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if I were you, I wouldn't even think about it until you are one day comfortable enough to go, oh, I have a few hours to kill, I might as well.
Yeah, and even then, like, every time I sit down at the computer to do something, I actually just really prefer to edit for some reason. Like, I'm just having a really fun time editing for lads and stuff. So, yeah, until I, like, because I'm only 40 hours into Elden Ring, and it's been weeks now. Like, I've only just done the Volcano Manor, and I've not done anything else, so.
Yeah.
I am very behind, but that's because when I sit down, I'm like, I could play Elden Ring, or I could just do this video. And I really like editing, so I am going to forever be bad at things.
I'm very time-oriented in the fact that if I don't have to do something, I just won't.
I know.
That's partially why I'm kind of a piece of shit on all of the production stuff I'm doing right now, including Loot Lads. Like, again, I'm down, but, like, as I've just described, if you need me to do anything other than show up and, like, edit a thing, I'm like, ooh, pal. Ooh, is that... I don't think that's the thing that I do I think I just bring a little bit of content, and even then, I just spent about 30 minutes trying to get an idea out, and I failed to do it. So I think that's less of a production thing and more of a mental thing, though. So we'll
sometimes brain bad. It's fine.
Brain bad a lot of the time.
But that's just talking into a microphone, trying to figure out connect synapses to make it function.
Yeah. Also, I was failing fucking throwing a bomb into a hoop. So
well, look, all right. We're white guys. We're not gonna.
Excuse me.
Anyway,
remember that progression thing you were just talking about? I'm gonna hit every boulder on the way.
Cannot wait.
Every one of these Cocoa Puffs, they're fucking.
Yep.
Gotta eat them up. That's a Reese's Puff. I'm sorry. I got my brands wrong.
I'm proud of the diversity council at work.
That's fine. It's just...
Yeah. I actually did a really large presentation for people who were they were like, hey, bring a topic that you feel passionate about to discuss that people might not know a lot about. And I was like, oh boy, let me tell you about the BBC and how they're treating trans people. And I explained. You'd have a group of 15 people who has never heard of what a turf is. And I'm like, oh boy, let me explain to you. And when I mentioned J.K. Rowling, they're like, what has she done? And I'm like, I literally do not have the time of this presentation to get into it.
Another key for the Forest Temple. We're going back to Forest Temple, by the way.
Of course.
Yeah. As a person, just regular old Joe, use the internet for funny haha videos and shouting ideas at Twitter. I also wouldn't know what a turf is, except the internet shoves it down my fucking throat. And honestly, I'd kind of feel better if I didn't know what a turf was, and also didn't know that several thousand people are that.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. It's
but also it's claiming ignorance is bad, because you kind of need to know is the problem. And it's definitely Twitter spats and Twitter beefs are not mainstream, so you get these people that are like, what's a turf? And I'm like, I honestly don't blame you, and I kind of don't want to explain it to you because it'll ruin a lot of the magic for a lot of people.
Yeah. That is a shame. There's you do lose the childlike wonder after a certain while, but the more education, the better. It just sucks that the shows that I really liked, I'm like, if I watch this now, I can't think of this person not being a piece of shit. And I'm like,
see, here's my thing, right? Is we come from a society. We're in a society.
Oh boy, all right.
I completely believe in and can exactly do the remove the art from the artist, but that's also coming from a person who doesn't particularly care to memorize anything about any celebrity.
You don't have a
I don't.
You just don't have a care in the world.
Yeah, well,
and I'm jealous.
I don't have a care in the world specifically about anything celebrity-wise. If I didn't. If her name wasn't slathered on there, I would have not known that J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter, and I would have been happier for it. If he's not a fucking internet meme, I don't know who your celebrities are. I'm sorry. Robert Downey Jr. is a very famous person. But if I watched Iron Man, I'm like, I like this actor. Who is this actor? Not even reading the credits list.
Guess we'll never know.
Yeah, and nor do I care to look it up, mainly because I don't care. And I get that a lot of people do, and I get that a lot of people are like, oh, I like this actor because they did good things, or oh, I hate this actor because he did bad things. But also, sometimes you just gotta watch a movie and be like, hell yeah, I can remove myself from the politics of everything else going on. Which again, as judged by Devin's reaction, a lot of people can't do that.
No, I unfortunately cannot. It does suck in a way.
Do you like any Eldritch stuff or Call of Cthulhu things? Because that guy was
super fucking racist.
Omega racist, but also he made a genre.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that I like their stories a lot more than what came out originally, who has taken it and run with it.
Yeah. But
different interpretations.
How far would you take it? Because if something was invented by a racist person, but someone who is not racist does more transformative work with it, are you going to pin down but the original author and person who brainchild this idea was a racist? Do I then hate the media in general?
Well, I mean, that's why we move at that's pretty much just progressivism, right?
Yeah.
You have something that's bad, and then you can either remove it or address it and adjust it.
I don't. Here's the thing about that. Like, as well, I don't believe in like that style of censorship either, because I'm in the camp of you kind of like obviously don't fucking agree with the propaganda that's slaves are good. Like, that's not even a take that is particularly spicy. Slaves are bad. Like
Great.
Everyone should be like, yeah, don't do slaves.
Now we have that as a soundbite.
Did I bomb this? I think I did. I'm gonna check it anyway.
Bomb this track.
But yeah, like it boggles my mind that people are very much oh, we already did that. Just get all of the media, everything that I don't like out, because you kind of need to see.
Yeah, I don't want to erase.
I'm not saying like get their perspective on it, because we definitely know their perspective. It's usually one note.
Yeah.
But you gotta see it and then compare it to things that are happening now, because, for example, there's a lot of bad people doing the whole like, hey, maybe do Spanish again, and it's like, no, actually, maybe we should just not. But if that's transformative enough, then we kind of need to see where they're coming from to combat that a little bit. Like, you can't just go Spanish bad and be like, that's not convincing people that already like Spanish onion. Like, true. Yeah, like we need to be a little bit more educated and not just scream at each other.
No, I like. Even when it comes to like the cartoons and like this was made in like the 30s and 40s, you know, it's bad shit. But like, if we remove it, we don't learn from it, right? Yeah. So I think it's important to, you know, address and learn from.
Yeah, and if we want to take the what have we learned about media, like you go to J.K. Rowling and you go to all the like the turf shit, and then you go, right, there was actual slave elves as a concept race that we just kind of accepted immediately. Or, and it's just like, that's more of a reflection on us as people that are a fan of the media.
The anti-Semitic fucking bankers.
Yeah. Like, it's something that really didn't catch on to a lot of people, I don't think, or people didn't think about, which again, kind of calls me out a little bit because I don't really think about nor do I really care. But if you think about it, there's a whole lot of stuff in Harry Potter that's just not kosher, especially coming from a person who actually believes all of that, and coming from a turf.
See, like, your mindset is like, you can actively see when thing is bad and say, yeah, that's fucking bad. Yeah. But you're not actively searching out and figuring out this thing bad. But if it comes up, you're like, oh yeah, that is bad. Or if you see something that's actively bad, you can go, yeah, that's bad. It's not like you have to like wave a flag of this thing fucking sucks. So you have it.
I guess I'm not nicely. I'm not an activist. Yeah. I understand a lot of stuff about like thing be bad. Like I get the vibe, as you've said.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't seek it out, and I don't like point it out in media, and part of that is just I don't care. Now granted, now that I'm thinking about this, I do like people that have a platform that want to examine all of that and like kind of be miserable. That's kind of your time. Like I don't understand it myself, but like there is a lot of media that just is unexplored, and like, oh yeah, this is kind of a sketchy theme that they're going for here.
There's a lot of people that actually like spend their time looking at it and examining it and disseminating it for the masses in a way, but
well, like again, that's helpful for people like me who just kind of glanced by. Like, I knew slave elves were not good, obviously.
Yeah,
but it was also wrapped around a veneer of this person is trying to liberate them, which says a lot more than they were just slave elves, because there are slave elves in the society that they're in the school, in fact, and they were like, yeah, it's okay because they get paid, but they're also fucking really, really discriminated against.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if you bring it out like that in my dumb brain, I understand that slavery bad, but you know what? That is kind of worse, isn't it?
Yeah. That was a choice that author made.
And then it makes a lot more sense because they're a turf.
Yeah, right?
A lot more sense in the fact that, you know, that's why, and that's definitely the message they were sending.
Yeah. Yep, and that's life now. Hooray, we get to, like, social media sucks, dude. Yeah. I love my social media. Like, I think it's important for me to, personally, I think there's weight in knowing, you know, the good and the bad and what things are kind of being out there. But Jesus Christ, does it suck that, you know, we have a thing called social media to just blast your shitty opinions constantly.
I mean, everyone had, like, the only difference between now and, like, when we didn't have such widespread social media is, now there's a lot more people reading it.
Yeah.
Like, you look at forums from, like, even probably 5 years ago, and it's just like, wow, look at all this vitriol.
I want this entire discussion now about social media to have my Twitter handle slowly creeping in.
Actually, a semi-hot take. It's kind of like 4chan in a way, but 4chan is now widespread and mainstream.
Yeah.
Which anyone who's actually a 4chan like person is just like, all right, we're hacking these fucks right now. But like, if you think about it, maybe a little bit, it's exactly what's happening. Is 4chan is spreading to a wider, like, not wider audience, but like wider media. So all the 4chan people that have like really weird opinions or like want that freedom of speech, which, you know, fine, that's fair. Like, you could say Spanish on good, and I'm not going to agree with you, but I do agree with the fact that you are allowed to say Spanish on good, but you're just going to be shit talked the entire time.
Oh yeah. Like, I mean, look at the past couple years, right?
Yeah. But like, yeah, it's those people that really wanted a private forum to say whatever they want, but now it's everywhere. So like, you get these good people that are, ooh, yeah, it's a little crunchy. You get these people that are like, I like bacon. I'm just gonna shout random thoughts out into the ether, like me, that just use random media for like seeing what stuff comes out.
Yeah.
Or like what artist is making art stuff and then posting it on Twitter. And then you get these other people that are like, excellent. Now more people can listen to my vitriol about how Mona Lisa kind of hot though. Or some dumb bullshit like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I've talked a lot more about it than I really should, and now there's like probably a full minute of me that could be clipped saying like,
Don't fucking bleep that the fuck out.
no, because no, I'm kidding.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
No,
This is also again coming from a person who can't describe what the fuck fighting games are.
True.
So, like, any idea that I'm spouting out, I can only picture as obvious, but also is like, yeah, this person really needs to think about this more. Yeah, it's interesting, we'll say.
Yeah, interesting.
It's an interesting thing we got into.
It's not painful at all.
I mean, life is pain.
I will say, ever since kind of slowing my streaming too, I've definitely I've been off Twitter more. I've been off Facebook. I really don't even go on Facebook all that much anyway.
I mean, the amount of people lately that you've had that are just like, is that an opinion that is unwarranted and unwanted? Hell yeah, I'm gonna put it on the internet at this streamer's expense, type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have less than 90 friends on my Facebook now because I don't use it, and I don't. Friends, I love you. I don't care about your opinion. The people that I talk to, like that will put a Facebook opinion on there, I don't think we'd hang out with on a day-to-day basis. Everybody that I chit-chat with don't post on Facebook, so like,
Yeah.
they're cool. I like them.
I mean, everyone that we talk to is in one small place or in our phones that we speak to because they're family or friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, like our Discord has a lot of like-minded individuals, and also a lot of people that are just kind of like there to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we do have a chamber for all that discussion that we just had.
I mean, we do.
Hey!
Oh my god, that's exactly what we needed. Hold on, fuck this social media shit. We're completing this game.
We're gonna go talk about fighting games again.
Yeah, Shadow Temple's the fighting game thing. Forest Temple's where we talk about social politics and how Beard barely understands them.
Water Temple, things up the butthole.
I hope we don't go to Water Temple.
Let's go back to Water Temple.
Get the compass. Water Temple has the last medallion.
You just hear like a small water pump sound. So I'm like getting the enemas ready.
Yo, get the enemas, boys. Pew, 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 pew. I don't know why I went up here. I need to go with the ladder again.
Anyway.
Yeah. All this to say.
The void is constant, life is pain, and
We don't like
get off
racism.
Facebook.
Also, get off Facebook. Oh.
Maybe one of these fine fellows has a key in their pocket. Alright, fuck!
I destroyed him. He is gone. Hold on, instant replay. Shot his jaw off, dude. That's fucked.
Fuck.
Can we talk about things that are fucked and we're desensitized to?
J.K.
Violence
Rowling.
in
Okay,
video-
sorry.
Oh, okay, all right.
Violence. Yeah, all right. That's, you know, while we're here, they're trying to bring back the violence in video gaming topic like every so often. It's like, you really didn't learn anything the last 5 times you tried, did you?
You know, we just had a show that was mainstream and popular about people dying because they physically failed at a real life game at the expense of rich people.
But that was child games too. That's not even video games. That's like, oh, what? You can't like fucking play hopscotch? Gone.
At this point, we're so desensitized. The most thing that's probably affecting our youth today is actually social media, but like also not. Like I welcome everything to just air out like laundry that you're thinking about. Like air out that like thought laundry of, oh hey, did you know that Mona Lisa's pretty fucking hot or some shit? Where's my Mona Lisa fanfics and shit? But
coming right up, bud.
yeah.
Give me 30 minutes and a quill.
I'm thinking about that smiling bitch for a while. I kid, she's a nice lady. Maybe I want to smooch her. I don't know. Very wild feelings about the Mona Lisa. Fuck, why am I on this?
Great question.
I just had that like beard. You should probably stop thought, but here we are again. But yeah, no, I agree that we should have a forum for that, but also acknowledge again, people count bad.
Barely even a fucking hot take, but yeah, when you mentioned like kids and social media, people were like, "Oh, there's so much more."
$10.
Fuck,
Wait a
yes.
minute, upgrade. Let's go.
It's $100 more. Yeah, the amount of people that I've heard like, you know, oh, there's all these kids are on medication now. I'm like, fucking, do you see what the world is to them?
Also, thank God, because now there's diagnosed mental issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not a problem. Medication is not the issue
Medication's
here.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like we have an entire cacophony constantly in their pocket at any time that they have to be on, or else they feel like they're behind, and it's just a string of nonsense constantly. It, like you can barely turn it off at that, like when you're that age, and yeah, no wonder there's a lot of problems with it because Jesus Christ, it sucks.
Yeah, it's a lot better though than having no one to talk to, and also your diagnosis is getting slapped.
True. Yeah, back in the day,
Yeah,
where it's like if you show feelings, we'll actually just kill you.
Yeah, like
And,
if you have individuality or like are not part of the mental norm, you are fucking gone, ostracized. You're worse off than if you didn't have social media 24/7.
Yeah.
Like you see sad posting, you didn't even get the post part of it. You're just sad.
You're just sad.
There's no one to agree with you or validate your opinions at that point.
Yeah, but
and
also-
honestly, a lot of people need that.
Also, you didn't get like a cacophony of stuff at your face every single day, which is nice, but like
yeah.
at the same time, you didn't really have an
Dual-edged
outlet.
sword of
Yeah.
that, yeah. Like
I-
you sign up for the I would like that. Like if you're popular, you have validation every day, and if you are not like known in social media, you can get into a niche where everyone agrees with you
Which
because
is
they're just like-minded people.
dangerous.
Yeah, like I'm dumb and I can't really spout out the disbenefits of the echo chamber except for make me feel good. So therefore I do it more type of behavior.
Yeah.
But also you have to recognize that if you get agreed with all of the time, you're going to think you're always right, which also means that you're going to think that your bad opinion is right. Like
Exactly.
yeah, like and bad opinion meaning, hey, this human rights shit, maybe that's like it's so dumb.
That's why I like having like discussions with people who don't 100% agree, but like have different takes, but still are at the same level of I get where you're coming from, but also this angle maybe. And I'm like, you know what? That's an interesting point, but you're stupid and I fucking hate you.
I mean, I'm all for a fair discussion with someone that is reasonable. And like, I know I'm cutting down the I would like to discuss things with you, but only with certain people. Like that's in my opinion a kind of a bad mindset. But when you get people that are like, well, I'm going to look at this one piece of data and ignore 1,000 other pieces of data, you kind of have to be like, well, I don't think this is a good discussion anymore.
Yeah, nothing we're going to
like,
be able to do here with you.
there's nothing to discuss. Like, trying to think of critical examples because I've been talking about Hitler a lot.
Stop.
But like, imagine if someone came up with you and it's like, ah, man, in fighting games, because we're in the Shadow Temple, in fighting games, DP is not the option there. And you're like, but I want to do DP. Like, I can do it really quickly. And it's like, well, actually, you have to jump and then light punch him in the air, and that's how you get your best combo. And it's like,
what?
Like I've only seen one person do that, and you're only saying it because one pro did it, and I'm pretty sure the only reason why is because he had meters we could super after.
And then what do I want to do after that? Like, maybe I want to, push them back or something. Like, it affects knockdowns. Maybe I want to create some spacing or something, right?
And,
like,
then you're just like, yeah, but I saw this one pro do it. This one pro that like has him as an off character type of thing. Yeah. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, there's nothing to discuss at that point.
Anyway,
we got there. We got back into the comedy stage.
Yep.
We're like, oh, here's some social political stuff that Beard doesn't understand. Beard's an old person who doesn't use social media. Fuck me.
You knew that was there.
I know. I didn't slow down in time. I'm bad.
Fighting games. Yeah, no, and like, fighting games is a complete, like, almost everything's nuanced in some way, right? Not everything's the most efficient.
You know what? Hot take. Fighting games
right.
are the most imprecise game I think I've ever fucking played in a video game.
Weirdly agree.
Yeah. Genre-wise, you go to a fighting game tournament, right? And then you get, like, okay, so here's the best thing you could do on a character. This does maximum damage, gives you the maximum advantage. And then someone on the same character could win a tournament by just doing lights.
Yep.
And like doing some, like, this happened recently. There was a Ryu in Street Fighter 5, I think it was 5, that played the game in such a weird fucking way and got out of the preliminary pools. Like, they beat up people that were playing the game correctly because they weren't playing the game correctly. They were playing their own game at that point. And it's just like, you can do anything in fighting games, and like, so long as you're confident enough, it'll work.
Yeah.
Like, you look at your opponent straight in the eye and go like, I'm not going to super you. I'm just going to sit there and like mash buttons. And that honestly intimidates people.
No, I love fighters because, like, you might have a tier list, but then suddenly something happens where, like, something off the idea, like for instance, there was a recent event that Lucky Chloe from Tekken won that nobody expected to happen, nobody really wanted to happen, and he beat, like, a big pro with it, and Lucky Chloe is not considered the top tier sort of thing, so people were like, oh my god, but it's like, fucking, just as long as you can play your opponent and figure out what they're about and play to your outs, so like, you can do anything with anybody.
Slight amount of social commentary again. This is because new fighting games have like game plans you kind of need to, like, you're expected to stick with, and it's a lot easier to get information, much like social media and the echo chamber that happens. But Lucky Chloe is an example of a low tier that is in a modern fighting game. So she does a fuck ton of damage, and she gets patched every once in a while. So she's a low tier because she's not like, touch your opponent and they die. It's, I'm going to take advantage of information you don't know because Lucky Chloe is a weird fucking matchup type of thing. And I think there's been a lot of discussion lately in the fighting game community about why these why fighting games nowadays feel a little bit more like streamlined or solved, because there's a lot more information that you could take out of here.
Well, yeah.
Like, fighting games inherently got easier, not because the inputs and not because the mind games are different, but because the information for those mind games and for those inputs are just freely available.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, it is next time on Loot Lads. You know what? I'm gonna go on another tangent next time on Loot Lads.
Hopefully it's things that I can talk about and can feel more confident about.
Yes, it is. It's more related stuff. So look for, you know what? Look for that. Let's
Spanish onion.
I hope.
Can we just like edit out Spanish onion, and every time we say Spanish onion, we can just be like red apples or like Spanish onion.
Ooh, there you go. Spanish onion. That's contentious.
Excellent. Hold on. I have a fucking platform for onions.
Next episode.